Hi there. In this video, I want to give you a few tips on buying residential real estate well below market value and then being able to turn around and successfully flip it for a profit or hold it in your portfolio and cash flow it out while you retain the equity and sell it later on at a much higher price. So let's go ahead and get started. But first of all, I want to give you a little bit about my story as a real estate investor. Now, when I first came out of college, I was interested in wholesaling deals as a middleman. So basically, that means going ahead and finding properties that sellers are willing to sell for below market value, locking them up under contract, and then selling that contract to other investors and basically making a commission in the process. So you could say I'm a middleman between the buyer and the seller. Now, in my first year in real estate, I did have some successful deals under my belt pursuing the strategy, but in year two is where all of the trouble started. I basically got stuck with some properties that I had in my portfolio that I had financed, and what happened was that I wasn't able to sell these properties and had to go ahead and rent them out. Well, it turned out that due to my lack of experience and also the market conditions at the time, the tenants that we had were terrible. And my intention was to only buy these properties, fix them up, and then flip them on the marketplace for a profit. But instead, I got stuck with them, and I got stuck with bad tenants. And what happened was that I had to go and find a low-paying job just to support my different bills that I had from these properties because they were just bleeding money left and right. The situation was terrible. I spent a few years in that condition, basically just scraping by and holding on to these properties as best as I could, paying my bills, but at the same time, I was motivated and I was determined to succeed. So what I did was that I continued to make connections over those bad years, and I continued to watch and study my local market closely. Now, fast forward more than 11 years later, and I've successfully flipped over 19 different properties at a profit point, and I hold more than 51 properties in my portfolio that are rented with high occupancy. And all of the early struggles that I had with patience, with perseverance, and with some study and education, I was able to turn the situation around, fortunately. And now, as I said, I've flipped over 19 properties and hold more than 51 properties in my rental portfolio with high occupancy. So I'm very happy, and I would like to share some of my tips with you, some of my methodology on how to not only buy real estate at market value, but also to be able to successfully rent it out or to flip it for profit, depending on your cash flow needs. So if you visit my website, investgrowscale.com, or by clicking the link in the description box below this video, I want to go ahead and share some tips and methods with you on how to buy real estate well below market value, whether it's REO foreclosure properties, or it's HUD homes, or if it's getting leads through direct mail for people that are in a distressed condition and they want to sell, or if it's how to gain a competitive advantage in your marketplace. I will share a lot of these different tips and methods with you on my website. So go ahead and visit it by visiting investgrowscale.com or by clicking the link in the description box below this video. And I'll see you on the other side, and I can't wait to share some of my tips and methodologies with you, and thanks for watching.